Hi folks, back again. We're going to talk about verifying employment. This is one area that all human resource professionals will need to manage. Every applicant, citizen, permanent resident, temporary worker needs to verify their employment eligibility. And the form that's done that is the I-9 form. Many of you that have worked for other people have filled out this form. It's a very simple two-page form. The first page of the form, the employee lists their information, their name, their address, their immigration status, and then they identify their identity number, such as a passport number or alien number or I-94 number if they're on a non-immigrant visitor type of visa or a type of visa that's non-permanent that allows them to work. Then the second page is for the employer, and the employer has to identify which documents have been presented to verify employment. There's essentially three categories of documents. Category A are documents that by themselves prove both identity of the person and their ability to work. U.S. passport is a good example. It has a photo ID, shows somebody's identification, and by the virtue that they have a passport, that means they're citizens, and that means they can work. Similarly, a green card, photo ID, as long as it's not expired, by its very virtue, that allows someone to work. Same with a work permit, I-765 document, photo ID, and it indicates the individual can work. Then there's documents that either show ID but don't prove that one can work, or prove that one can work and don't show ID. These are called B and C list documents. B documents only establish identity, and C list documents establish the ability to work, so they need to be presented together, a B and a C, if the applicant does not have an item on list A. Hope this makes sense. And on the I-94 form, the three-page form, the third page lists these documents, each document under its category. So B-list documents are like a school ID, a voter registration card, a U.S. military card, a government-issued ID, but they're not necessarily photo IDs and not necessarily as strong as a passport, for example, but they do show identity. And then documents that allow folks to work would be things like Native American tribal documents, proof that you were a document showing you were born outside the United States and acquired citizenship at that time. Certain documents from the Social Security Administration will show there's the ability to work, but those need to be combined with a Group B document establishing identity. There is also a portal called the E-Verify portal that you should look at, and there's a great video showing you how to do it. It's a free portal the U.S. government provides, and it is a resource that employers can use to verify that the documents presented were matching. The government has the same information in its records that you've been presented with, and it's a way to verify the documentation given to you. Note that HR professionals are not tasked with being document experts or forgery experts, so it's not their job to determine if a document's fraudulent or not and examine it extremely closely. Only professionals in law enforcement can do that. But if you see a document that's given to you that's a little suspicious, that just raises red flags, you should certainly follow your gut and maybe inquire further. But if the document appears to be reasonably valid, then you must take it at face value as being reasonably valid. So that's it for this session. Please look at the I-9 form, look at the videos and the materials in the course, and get comfortable with the E-Verify system. Thanks so much.